Still ahead here on Fox 5, we'll speak live with Pastor Miles McPherson from the Rock Church about his brand new service set for tomorrow, set to air right here, and the special honor set aside for moms.
You're watching the Fox 5 News at 5.
Well, tomorrow is Mother's Day, and unlike past years of hanging out with mom on her very special day, many families are having to spend the day apart. But if you're still looking to brighten Mom's Day, the Rock Church is holding a service called Rock Your City. It's happening tomorrow morning. It's airing right here on Fox 5, and there'll be a very special tribute for mothers everywhere here in San Diego. And Pastor Miles McPherson is joining us now live from the Rock Church with more on this service. Hi, Miles.
How you doing? I'm live from the McPherson home.
Oh, nice. Oh, yes, you are. There it is. It's so nice to see you. Thank you for giving us a little bit of your time here on Saturday.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Tell us a little bit more about Rock Your City. How's this going to be different from past services that you've done on Mother's Day, obviously, without crowds of people in your church?
Well, we'll still have our normal Sunday service, through our online service now. But what you're going to have at 9 o'clock is a special show, Rock Your City, which will be totally separate than what we do at church. It'll be a 1-hour program, have a little worship, and then we're going to go into the community. We're going to have it every Sunday starting tomorrow. Even though tomorrow's a Mother's Day special, we're going to start it every Sunday at 9 a.m. on Fox 5. And tomorrow I'm going to be interviewing some moms who have been through some hard stuff. I know, when a woman has a baby, it's the first time her heart lives outside her body, and that heart takes her through a lot of pain, but God always gets us through. So we're going to be encouraging moms who've been through some hard things.
We are so happy that you're going to be doing this here on Fox 5. So what is your main message to moms? I'm a mom myself. I've talked to so many friends, my own mom who's helping me out with the child care, who are having a hard time, and especially people who aren't going to be with their moms this year.
You know, God's created women so amazingly. I mean, when my kids were little, my wife would go out for a day because she just had enough. My kids would cry because they knew Daddy wasn't going to feed them. And just to encourage moms, because you guys have a role that nobody can imagine how difficult it is. Even if, us guys, we couldn't handle that. And to encourage you to keep going, that you have compassion like nobody else and patience like nobody else, persistence, a servant's heart is and we thank all of you moms for being who you are.
Beautiful message. Well, talk about your mom. I know she's had a huge impact on your life and inspired you actually for this role of service and community service. So talk about your mom a little bit. I think we're seeing pictures now.
Yeah, my mom was a saint. She was 4'11". She had 5 kids within 6 years. And she took us everywhere, fed us, bathed us. I remember being in the bathtub with 4 of my siblings. And she just said, I'm just doing this one time. And she was a nurse. She was a full-time nurse, and she took care of us all at the same time. My dad was a cop. He was working, but she was the one taking care of the house. And but she was a servant at heart. She just gave her life for her kids. And so I know that rubbed off on me, wanting to be a servant here in San Diego. But she was a tireless servant to the day she died. I mean, she died right in front of me, and her last pain was just caring for her kids, even though she couldn't get out of the bed. Yeah. And so she gave her heart to us and everybody around her. Even when she was a nurse, she was a nurse in elementary and junior high. All the kids who were the same height as her, because she was 4'11", were her kids. And everybody claimed my mom as their mom, so she was everybody's mom in our neighborhood.
That's a beautiful legacy. So Rock Your City, where does that come from? What's the bigger message? Besides the Rock Church, of course.
we want to rock your city. We want to be a blessing to San Diego. We started 20 years ago this year, and it was ever since the very, very first sermon, we said we're going to help San Diego and get the gospel and the love of God to everybody, as many as we can, not only through sermons, but through service. Mm-hmm. And so, the program will be a lot about the service that we can do, not the Rock, but all of us can do in San Diego, how we can help one another in San Diego in a very practical way, especially now during the COVID-19 crisis. But we've been doing that for 20 years, serving in the community in some capacity. So it's not about hearing a sermon. It's really about how can I go out and pay it forward for the blessings I've received.
So perfect. I mean, so many people that I talk to right now say that. They're like, God, I want to do something. I'm stuck here at home. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a first responder. I want to do something. Feeding the community is a big one. But what do you say to everybody? I know we're talking Mother's Day now, but just to everybody who's just having a rough time, and we're going into like week 6, 7 on this. What do you say to folks?
Yeah, first I would say don't look back and say, I want to go back to where it was. That's not going to happen. And what I say in my congregation is, God's never tempts us beyond what we can take. And there's always something good to come out of it that God wants. When bad things happen, and we consider this bad, we should ask, when bad things happen, what do we do? Which is, by the way, the theme of next week's Rock Your City. It's when bad things happen, what do we do? And we ask God, what do you want me to learn? So I would challenge people to ask God what he wants you to learn. And not that he did it, but when things happen, okay, well, God, how do you want to direct me? How do you want me to grow? What do you want me to learn about myself? And be other-centered. If you sit home and just think about yourself and what you lost and what you can't do, it'll drive you crazy. But if you think, who can I help? Who is less fortunate than me? Who's having a tough time? How can I be a blessing to someone else? That is 100% life-giving. And you can actually find excitement and joy to go to bed so I can get up tomorrow and help somebody else and get my mind off, complaining about what I don't have. And once you start helping other people, you start realizing how much you do have. And it's not only that you have more than them, but you have the opportunity to be a blessing, and you have the gifts in your heart and your mind to be a blessing to other people.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. You just inspired me. I just got goosebumps. Thank you, Pastor Miles. And we're so happy to have you airing here on Fox 5. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
9 a.m. 9 a.m. Let's do it.
Take care. Have a great night. Thank you. You too.
Okay.
And again, Rock Your City premiering right here on Fox 5. It's a new show with Pastor Miles McPherson from the Rock Church. He's been in our community for such a long time. He's going to have stories of faith and inspiration. Plus, it's a Mother's Day special and tribute tomorrow. Rock Your City premieres tomorrow morning right here on Fox 5 at 9. Hopefully you will tune in and be inspired.